In the dead of night, a chilling wind whistles, as shadows dance menacingly on the desolate streets. Nestled amidst the looming mountains, there lies a small town, a quaint, seemingly peaceful place, where the echoes of laughter and joy once filled the air. But now, it's a town gripped with fear. Fear of an unseen menace that lurks in the darkness, striking terror in the hearts of its residents with each passing full moon. Let me tell you a story, a tale of this small town and the unseen menace that has forever changed its fate. It all started a few years back when the first of many strange disappearances occurred. It was a full moon night, the silver glow casting long, eerie shadows. A man was reported missing, vanished without a trace. His last known location? The desolate streets of the town under the shroud of the full moon's light. Since then, every full moon night, a resident would disappear, leaving behind nothing but an ominous silence. No trace, no clue, nothing to suggest where they went or what might have happened to them. The townsfolk started whispering, speaking in hushed tones about the unseen menace. A creature of the night, some said. A phantom, others suggested, but no one knew for certain. All they knew was the fear, the chilling dread that came with the rising of the full moon. The once lively town now stands silent, the laughter and joy replaced with an eerie quiet. The streets, previously filled with life, now lay barren, bathed in the ominous glow of the full moon. The town lives in constant dread, the unseen menace a spectral Damocles sword hanging over them all. The children no longer play past sunset. The adults whisper prayers under their breath, and the elderly tell tales of an ancient curse. As the full moon fades, the town breathes a sigh of relief, but the terror of the unseen menace still lingers. The memory of the missing, the fear of the unknown, and the anticipation of the next full moon, all serving as a chilling reminder of the unseen menace that prowls in the shadows. In the midst of silence, a soft whisper echoes, a voice that sends shivers down the spine. In the heart of a small forgotten town, a mansion stands tall, its towering silhouette a stark contrast against the twilight sky. This mansion is not just a relic of the past, but a vessel of countless stories. Stories of whispers in the dark. Stories that have turned this once lively abode into a haunted haven. The mansion's walls, scarred by time, have witnessed an eerie symphony of whispers, a symphony only audible when the clock strikes midnight. The inhabitants of the mansion over the years have reported hearing these chilling whispers, each one a different voice, each one telling a different tale. Some say they've heard the soft lullaby of a mother, others claim to have heard the desperate cries of a lost soul, but they all agree on one thing: the whispers are not of this world. Over time, the whispers grew more audacious, no longer waiting for the cover of darkness, but invading the daylight hours, relentlessly haunting the mansion's inhabitants. The whispers were no longer just voices, they became harbingers of harrowing events. A whisper in the ear, and a mirror would shatter. A whisper in the hallway, and doors would slam shut. A whisper in the dead of night, and the air would turn icy cold. Despite the terror, the inhabitants tried to coexist with the whispers, hoping they were merely echoes of the mansion's haunted past. But the whispers had a different plan. They grew louder, more insistent until they became an inescapable nightmare, forcing the inhabitants to flee, leaving the mansion to the mercy of the whispers. Now the mansion stands silent, a ghost of its former self, its grandeur replaced by an eerie stillness. But if you dare to venture close, if you dare to listen, you'll hear them. The whispers in the dark. The mansion stands silent now, but the whispers in the dark are forever etched in the minds of those who dared to live within its walls. Beneath the serene surface of the lake, a phantom lurks, waiting for its next prey. It's a tale as old as the town itself, a story whispered from generation to generation, a legend that has turned a tranquil oasis into a pool of terror. Once, the lake was a jewel nestled in the heart of the town, its mirror-like surface reflecting the beauty of the surrounding landscape. It was a place of joy where children splashed in the summer sun and couples pledged their love under the starlit sky. But that was before the phantom made its presence known. before the lake became a place of unease and dread. The first eerie sighting was dismissed as a trick of the light, a ripple on the water that seemed to take on a ghostly form. But then, there were more. Unexplained shadows moving beneath the surface, strange noises echoing across the water after sunset, and an inexplicable chill that seemed to seep from the depths. The phantom of the lake had made its presence known. The fear it instilled was palpable. The laughter of children no longer echoed across the water. Lovers no longer strolled along the bank, their promises of forever unspoken. Even the birds seemed to avoid the once bustling lake, their songs silenced by the phantom's presence. The phantom's influence reached beyond the water's edge. It cast a shadow over the town, a heavy cloud of fear that seemed to touch every heart. The once vibrant community was now a place of hushed whispers and wary glances, the fear of the phantom's next appearance always looming. Despite their fear, the locals clung to hope. They told their tales, their stories of the phantom, not to spread fear, but to keep the memory alive, to remember the joy that once filled the lake and the love that was shared on its banks, to hope that one day the phantom would be nothing more than a legend, a story to be told around campfires. The lake, once a picture of tranquility, is now a place of dread, haunted by the phantom that lurks beneath its surface. The phantom of the lake, a chilling reminder of the power of fear and the resilience of hope. In the heart of the desert, a forgotten tomb hides a curse that brings doom to those who dare to disturb its peace. Once upon a time, in the merciless grip of the arid desert, a group of audacious adventurers stumbled upon an ancient, forgotten tomb, its entrance concealed by centuries of shifting sands. Ignorant of the dire consequences that lay ahead, they ventured into the abyss, their hearts filled with a reckless mix of curiosity and greed. Inside the tomb, they found countless relics, artifacts of a bygone era. But among these treasures, a sinister presence lurked. As they disturbed the dust-covered coffins and plundered the age-old belongings, they unwittingly awakened an ancient curse. The air turned frigid, the tomb's walls began to tremble, and the echoes of 1,000 lost souls filled the silence. The adventurers, now prisoners of their own curiosity, could not escape the relentless force of the curse. One by one, they succumbed to the horrifying consequences. Shadows danced in the corners of their eyes, strange whispers echoed in their ears, and unseen hands pulled them into the darkness. Despite their desperate attempts to flee, the tomb became a labyrinth of dread, its exit a cruel mirage that always seemed just out of reach. Their cries for help were swallowed by the desert, their pleas for mercy met with the cruel laughter of the curse. As days turned into weeks, their hope faded, replaced by a chilling realization. They were doomed to roam the forgotten tomb for eternity, their fate sealed by their own greed. And so the curse lived on, its power undiminished, a grim reminder of the price one pays for disturbing the peace of the forgotten. The desert winds howl, carrying with them a warning. The curse of the forgotten tomb is not to be trifled with. A ghostly whistle cuts through the night, announcing the arrival of the ghost train, a spectral locomotive that carries lost souls. Imagine for a moment, you're standing alone on an abandoned railway platform. The wind is howling, the air is thick with an eerie stillness. Suddenly, a distant whistle pierces the silence, a sound that sends chills down your spine. It's the ghost train, an ethereal entity that appears only on certain nights, carrying the souls of the departed to their final destination. This spectral locomotive is no ordinary train. It's a phantom of the railway, a chilling reminder of past tragedies and lost souls. It doesn't run on tracks or follow a timetable. It's not bound by the laws of our world. It appears out of nowhere, shrouded in an otherworldly mist, its ghostly whistle echoing through the night. The ghost train's haunting presence has been witnessed by many, each encounter more terrifying than the last. Some have seen it glide silently through deserted towns, its ghostly passengers staring out from the misty windows. Others have heard its chilling whistle echo through the valley, a sound that sends a shiver down the spine of anyone who hears it. These chilling tales have been passed down through generations. Each account is a spine-tingling reminder that there's a world beyond our own, a realm that we can't see or touch, but is just as real. It's a world where lost souls embark on their final journey, aboard a train that knows no boundaries. The ghost train is a chilling reminder of this otherworldly realm. It's a spectral locomotive that serves as a bridge between our world and the next. It's a vessel for lost souls, carrying them to their final destination. It's a terrifying entity that appears out of the darkness, its ghostly whistle a haunting reminder of the world beyond. The ghost train fades into the night, leaving behind a trail of fear and a chilling reminder of the world beyond our own.